Hey there. Um, this is BB. So I am actually moving again, and this time I'm not gonna take it. I've already ordered something from Amazon that's I'm gonna use to poke a hole in the ceiling if I have to. I hear anybody up there, I'm gonna draw attention to it. I will risk it, even if I have to go to jail or have to pay a fine. I don't care. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it because I'm not gonna put. I cannot. My body cannot do this anymore. Whatever this woman is doing, whatever she's doing, the woman who is behind it, I know who she is. There was a lot of drama at the time that drew my attention to it. Whether maybe the people she knows didn't want her to do this to me, but she got to get her gang stalking on, or she might die. My guess is like she's convinced herself that she's gonna go crazy if she doesn't kill someone or stalk someone or hound them or beat them or kick them to death. She has one thing on the brain, and that's to beat people down into submission. She likes slaves. Now, I'm from a country where my dad was Indian, my mom was half Indian, half Russian. And they took people from India. They took people from India as indentured laborers, but they were basically slaves. They fooled them basically, that they would be given houses, a chance to better themselves. It was a lie. They had no freedom. They just used them, and they had African slaves there too. So that they all lived at the same level. I guess back in India, they felt they had a. You see, the British had a liaison with India. They had a liaison with India. They were trading spices and tea. So they had to schmooze. They couldn't just go in and stampede and take, because they needed laborers there to plant their coffee and their spices. So they had to schmooze. They weren't going to do it themselves. They were the plantation owners. They had to work the plantation. I guess in Africa, I don't know, maybe they didn't want the crops. So they just caught these humans and they enslaved them. So I guess she feels it's time for her to get some slaves of her own. So since we're not slavery oriented, we're not slavery minded. I'm talking about the general populace, not the color of your skin. Because none of us are in any type of slavery. Only if you hear of a sex slave, like mostly teenage people are in these sex slave rings. Which I think the people who are enslaving them should be shot on sight. That's just me. That's just me. Because to assault a grown woman is one thing. You're going to assault somebody who cannot fight back. Well, that just kind of speaks of the individual who is doing the assaulting, isn't it? Their morals, their standards, how they see life, and the colossal losers they are. But the thing is, well, when I say shot on sight, I don't mean you just go picking up a gun without a trial and a jury and just shoot them. You can't do that. That will be frowned upon. That's a no-no. Because, we have norms in society. We have to follow. They don't follow any, but they will cry the biggest wolf you can think of. The biggest wolf you can think of. Their injury? Oh, man. You don't want to know. Their injury is phenomenal. Think Kilimanjaro, the mountain, and multiply it maybe like a gazillion times. How big their injury is. Very injured. You look at them sideways and they get injured. You ain't got to say anything. You look at them sideways and they get injured. There's some people are like that. They're like super sensitive, but they get around. But the thing is, they're only super sensitive to people like me. The people who they're open to being injured by. Yeah, I got that right. Who they're open to being injured by, because for some strange reason, they handpick us. They handpick us. These so-called perps. So we should feel privileged in a way. I mean, the power they seem to carry with these gadgets and these weapons and these spray bottles. They have contacts and stuff. Little old us, think about it. Aren't you privileged? Don't you feel a sense of pride? Maybe we should start looking at this a different way and just be singing their praises everywhere we go. I mean, I was living my life for 50 years, 49, started in 2020, with uneventful. Anything that was happening was small potatoes compared to this. This was small potatoes. So they've made me this sort of golden calf. I guess I should look at it this way. I should be thankful. I should be grateful for the privilege to serve them. That's one way we can look at it. What are y'all thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? What are y'all thoughts on that? So with that in mind, I'm moving once again. I just went into a lengthy explanation of that they might be looking, they've conquered every frontier. There's a group that I'm on, a group of people, and you have no idea how many people are suffering from these frequencies. People are picking up these frequencies in the air. Now, I feel spiritual. Or I believe in God. I believe in God and I feel spiritual. But I get my frequency like a shiver. Not a frequency where it's hurting my body and my teeth and my ears and my head and boiling my blood and got me legs feel like jelly. I feel a shiver, like a shiver. I can get a warm sensation. Warm sensation. God is love. For those of you who do believe in God, God is love. Now, there's evil that people do, like these people who are doing this to us. It would be easy to blame him. Well, why isn't he stopping them? Why isn't he doing something? After all, we're in pain. Where is he? How can he just let this happen? This mass genocide of happen in a way, in a tiny way, because I'm sure people are dying of these things. But God is not making these people do this. God is not telling them to do this. This weapon that they're using is a problem. They're getting people to think. This is what they call the voice of God. This is what someone said it's called. Now, I don't care what they call it. It could be voice of God, voice of Satan, voice of man. I really don't care. I don't care. Voice of anything, voice of nothingness, voice of everything. I really don't care. See, I don't believe in these labels. These labels are stupid, and the people just tend to knock them, put you in a category, and dismiss you. No. We should stop putting these labels on ourselves. We need to stop putting these labels on ourselves. We need to stop putting these labels. And this time I'm not going to take it where I'm moving. I'm going to pop a hole through the ceiling if I have to. I'm not going to take it. And this is how I believe what's happening is these frequencies are being used to, I think, depress parts of the brain, the ear. It's like controlling the whole motor skill of the person. The whole thing. It's like these people are molding us, this clay, in their image. And this is not God doing that. This is man doing that. Crazy, crazy, delusional, ugly minded. And these are your criminal mindset. They found a way like they want to take over. But I'm hoping, just like breakdancing, it lasted for about a decade and it just drifted away. That's going to happen here. A lot of more people are talking about it. And they're describing it. A lot more people are talking about it and they're describing the same things. So I know I'm not alone. And for those of you who are saying we're just crazy, we're just delusional, okay. Okay, I'll take that. That still doesn't change what's happening to me. That's your opinion, and I honor it. You honor it, and there you go. I wish if you could say that and just make all this go away, but you can't. It's still happening. I'm half hoping that you could wave this magic wand of words, or with your words, and make it all stop. Unfortunately, it's still happening. And I've heard quite a few times that it's all in my head, it's all stupid, it's all, I'm crazy, I'm fake. I don't know fake at what. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to know who else is out there and how we can combat this so that I don't feel all alone. I'm not asking for anything. Mama, come. That's my cat. Yes, I know. But anyway, okay. She needs to get her 2 cents in. Okay. So with that being said, I'm hoping that things get a little better. I'm hoping that I start getting fruitful investments on my my advertising and my returns. So I'm just thinking all the time of like what's happening. What's happening? Why are they doing this? But does the why make it any less severe or painful or hurtful or demeaning or detrimental? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I just figured out a way how to make my phone. If you have 2 phones, you can use one as a camera living in your home. It's called Alfred. The app is called Alfred. And you download the app on both phones. And you can leave one running in your home or an area where you feel like it's a little iffy. And you can monitor it through your other phone when you're not there. They have a paid subscription, and I can do this for free. But I'm a little bit smart today. What I did was I'm setting up my house, and I downloaded it. And on one phone, of course, and one is a camera, one is a viewer. And I put the viewer down, and I'm seeing. So I'm thinking, I'm good. And I put the camera in my pocket. And when I got here, I realized, oh shit, I did the wrong thing. Thing to note on that note, for those of you who are experiencing this voice, does it feel like sometimes it's just trying to distract you from things? Trying to distract you, trying to get you like to stumble upon yourself, stumble your words, trying to, I don't know, to distract. Like anything at all to distract you. Sometimes the voice is just mocking. Sometimes the voice wants to have a gaffe, talk, chat. Most times what pisses me off, this neighbor is thinking that neighbor is thinking that. I'm like, why don't you go start an affair with these people? What are you telling me for? Go start an affair. I don't want to know. If I want to know what my neighbor is thinking, I will knock on the door and say, hey neighbor, how you doing? Has it occurred to you that this voice takes the fun out of life? Everything that we would consider fun and wanting to get out of bed for, that will engage us in activities, meeting people, interacting with people, getting to know people, getting things done, being in a happier space. You ever notice that? Doesn't bode well with these people. It's like they take this, like a vacuum, suck the fun out of life. It sucks the fun out of life. It just sucks the fun out of life. But maybe that's just me. But I believe it's just to drive you crazy, because everything they do is what you don't want. Not that you want it there at all, because the fact that it's there is telling me there is some device trained on me 24 hours a day. From somewhere. Why am I so privileged? Well, only God and them knows. I don't know. Like I said, though, maybe we're looking at this wrong and we need to be more grateful for them. That's me being sarcastic, of course. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and I'll just be strong. And if you find my videos soothing, just make a comment, because your comments soothe me. We have to learn how to help each other in a sense of positivity. Be there for each other, in the hopes that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This will pass.